When you look up at the night sky, it feels infinite. Stars stretch across the darkness, galaxies spiral in the distance, and the more you stare, the more endless it seems. But here's the strange truth. The universe itself may not be infinite in the way we imagine. It has a history. It has an age. And depending on which theory you believe, it may or may not have an other side. So what exactly lies beyond the farthest galaxies we can see? What happens if you travel to the very edge of everything? That's what we're about to explore. And the answers will stretch your mind farther than the light that has traveled across billions of years just to reach you. The illusion of an edge. The first thing to understand is this. When scientists talk about the edge of the universe, they don't mean a wall or a cliff you can sail to like some cosmic ocean boundary. Instead, they're talking about the edge of what we can see. Our universe has a finite age, about 13.8 billion years. But because space itself is expanding, the distance to the farthest observable galaxies is much larger than 13.8 billion light-years. Right now, the edge of the observable universe sits about 46 billion light-years away in every direction. That's called the cosmic horizon, the farthest light that has had time to reach us. So the first answer to the question, what lies on the other side of the universe, is simple: more universe. Beyond that horizon are galaxies we'll never see, because their light will never reach us. The cosmos is expanding faster than the speed of light can travel. Beyond a certain point, galaxies are receding too quickly for their light to ever cross the gap. Imagine standing on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The horizon is the farthest you can see, but you know the water continues. The universe works the same way. The balloon analogy, but that's not the only possibility. Many cosmologists believe the universe might actually be finite in size, but without an edge. To picture this, think of the surface of a balloon. If an ant crawls across the surface, it never finds a wall. The balloon's surface is finite, yet endless from the ant's point of view. Now imagine that balloon expanding. As it grows, every point on the surface moves away from every other point. That's exactly what happens with galaxies in our universe. Space itself is expanding, stretching the distance between clusters of matter. If our universe works like that balloon surface, except in 3 dimensions, then there's no other side. If you traveled in a perfectly straight line, you might eventually loop back to where you started, just as an ant eventually circles a balloon. The multiverse idea. And then comes the mind-bending possibility. What if our universe isn't the only one? Some theories suggest our cosmos is just one bubble in a vast multiverse. Imagine a sea of bubbles, each one expanding, each one with its own laws of physics. Some bubbles might contain stars, planets, and life. Others might be filled with only energy, or even be lifeless voids where chemistry can't exist. If that's true, then what lies on the other side of our universe could be another universe entirely, sealed off, unreachable, with rules we can't even imagine. The boundary between universes might be like the skin of a bubble, impossible to cross from the inside. And here's the strangest part. Some physicists think collisions between universes might leave subtle marks in the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang. So far, we've only seen hints, but the possibility is there. The universe as a loop. Another theory suggests that our universe might not expand forever. Instead, it could curve back on itself like a cosmic loop. Imagine firing a rocket in a straight line across the cosmos. After billions or trillions of years, you could arrive back at your starting point, approaching from the opposite direction. In this model, the other side of the universe isn't another place. It's simply here reached through a longer looping path. What if it ends? But what if the universe does have a real edge? Some scientists speculate that beyond the observable cosmos, there could be a transition from the space-time we know to something utterly different. It might be a void, a realm without space or time. It might be the border where our universe connects to a deeper structure. Some call this the bulk, the higher dimensional space in which our universe floats, like a sheet of paper inside Allerger book. In this view, the other side of the universe isn't more galaxies. It's another dimension entirely. The Big Bang connection. To understand what lies beyond, we have to revisit the beginning, the Big Bang. Most scientists agree that 13.8 billion years ago, everything we know was compressed into an unimaginably hot, dense state. Space and time themselves began expanding from that point. But here's the twist. The Big Bang didn't happen in space. It created space. Which means asking what lies outside the universe is like asking what's north of the North Pole. The universe doesn't expand into something else, it expands into itself. The other side might not exist in the way we imagine. Quantum possibilities, and yet, quantum physics may hint at something deeper. Some theories propose that universes can spontaneously emerge from quantum fields, tiny fluctuations sparking entire realities. If that's true, then our universe could be one of countless others popping in and out of existence across eternity. What lies beyond then might be a constant sea of creation, where new universes are born like waves rising and falling. The philosophical question, but there's a hidden layer to this question. When we ask, what lies on the other side of the universe, we're not just asking about physics. We're asking about limits, about whether existence has an end. Some philosophers argue that this question may be unanswerable because our brains are built to think in terms of edges and boundaries. But the cosmos may not obey those rules. Our minds are searching for walls when reality might only have horizons. You are already on the other side. Here's something humbling to consider. Whatever lies beyond the universe, you are already a piece of it. The atoms in your body were forged in stars, but before that, they came from the Big Bang itself. The iron in your blood, the oxygen in your lungs, the calcium in your bones, all of it once existed as pure energy, spreading outward at the dawn of time. So in a sense, the other side of the universe isn't only out there, it's also in here. You are the universe asking about itself. Possible futures. Depending on which model turns out to be true, the ultimate fate of the universe changes. If it's infinite, it will expand forever, becoming colder and emptier. A heat death where stars burn out and galaxies fade. The other side becomes unreachable, because everything drifts apart into darkness. If it's closed and loops back on itself, the universe may one day collapse into a big crunch, all of space folding back inward. On the other side of expansion lies another beginning. And if the multiverse exists, then the other side may be a new universe being born as we speak, carrying its own story, its own version of physics, and maybe its own beings staring at their own horizons, asking the same question we are. The honest answer, so, what lies on the other side of the universe? It could be more galaxies, stretching forever. It could be the loop of space bringing us back to where we began. It could be a boundary into higher dimensions or the bubbling sea of a multiverse. It could be nothing at all. The honest answer is that no one knows. And perhaps no one will ever know. Our telescopes can only peer so far. Our equations can only reach so deep. But that's what makes the question beautiful. Because in asking it, we touch the very limits of human imagination. So next time you stare into the night sky, remember this: the other side of the universe may always remain hidden. But in asking the question, you've already crossed a horizon, into a place where science and wonder become the same thing. And maybe, just maybe, that's the true answer. The other side of the universe isn't just a place. It's the mystery that calls us forward, and the spark that makes us human.